Questions from the media. Laura.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Laura Koonsberg, BBC News. You have today, again, and repeatedly all the way through this campaign, attacked Jeremy Corbyn for being uncertain and unsure, to use your phrase. But you have just announced a significant change to what was offered in your manifesto, saying there will now be the possibility of a cap on social care that was not in the plans that was announced just 4 days ago. That doesn't look so strong and stable, Prime Minister, does it? It looks rather like panic in the face of opposition. And can you tell us today where the cap on social care costs will be set to set families' minds at rest?
Well, Robert Sky.
Robert Nisbet from Sky News. You talk about a coalition of chaos, but isn't this a manifesto of chaos now? What else are you going to clarify within the next few days? And also, what message do you think this is sending out to those prime ministers and chancellors around Europe that you are prepared to be so flexible with what you originally set down in stone?
I think the
Prime Minister Emily Morgan, ITV News. You say that you are prepared to take the difficult decisions, but you have just buckled under pressure over your social care plans. Isn't this U-turn really just a cynical attempt to stop voters leaving you in droves?
Michael Crick, Channel 4 News. I don't recall a U-turn on a manifesto in any election campaign. Now we've had national insurance and this. As Margaret Thatcher might have said, U-turn, or didn't say, U-turn if you want to. The lady is for turning. Doesn't this show that you are really weak and wobbly, not strong and stable? Can you give us an idea of what the cap will be? 100,000? 200,000? 500,000? Don't the people of this country have a right to know what the cap will be?
Chris Hope, The Telegraph. Two quick questions, Prime Minister. Can you answer yes or no to this question? Will anything else in the manifesto change between now and June the 8th? And the second question, quickly, is why, as Home Secretary, did you grant asylum to the Libyan man who was later arrested by police for the murder of Yvonne Fletcher?
Hi there, Jessica Elgott from The Guardian. If in case I'm missing something, this tax, or this dementia tax, would apply to someone who dies a longer death from dementia. But if you die a longer death from cancer, you would have the inheritance tax threshold is £1 million, whereas it reduces to 100,000 in this case. That's still the case, isn't it, even with a cap?
If activists are coming up to journalists after events like this at manifesto launches and congratulating us on difficult questions to the Prime Minister, then you know that you have witnessed an election moment. And I really do believe, Colin, that was one today. She was starting to look rattled and angry towards the end. Nothing has changed, she said in one word, almost shrilly, but you could hear that she was starting to lose her coherence, starting to lose her fluency in the answers to some of those questions. The Conservatives and her team will know that today was a very difficult moment for them indeed.